Tell me, what's all this commotion about?
It's the Denton and Sasquatch Show.
This place is half talk show, half weird daycare. I love it.
Reports of strong interference with radio.
Here we go.
Hello and welcome once again to the Denton and Sasquatch Show, coming to you live from both California and Alabama. My name is Sasquatch, and the guy on the other end of the mic, his name is Denton.
That would be me. I am Denton, and here it is, another Sunday evening, and I hope your week was well. Our week was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you have a good week?
Yeah, I worked a lot of overtime, so it kind of sucked, but whatever, it's over.
I didn't work any over the weekdays, but I did work yesterday. So, that was good. Anyway.
All right, good night, everybody.
Well, bye. Let's jump right into this because we have some interesting stuff. At least I think it's interesting. If you don't, well, you should. This is from Fox News. Have you ever heard of Todd Starnes? How could you have not have heard Todd Starnes?
I do believe I know the name, yes.
He has an editorial out here. It just tickled me to death. If Pelosi brings dreamers to the State of the Union, Trump should bring ICE agents.
I agree.
Dun, 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 dun. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and a number of other Democrats plan to fill the House gallery with illegal aliens when President Trump delivers his first State of the Union address on Tuesday. You know, and what irritates me about this, I'm going to be talking, editorializing while I'm reading an editorial. That makes me mad.
How about Trump? It'd be even better if he arrested all of the senators that were in like sanctuary states. Just right there on live TV, just arrest them all.
Well, why doesn't he arrest Pelosi and the rest of the Democrats for aiding and abetting illegals?
I agree. Guilty.
Grab them all. Leave the illegals behind. Leave them fine. You know, they may turn into productive citizens, but Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them, ain't no chance. Get rid of them.
Exactly.
But this is so disrespectful. These people cannot even be decent politicians. They have to do the resistance thing every step of the way. Pelosi's brain is going. It's mush. She can't even make a complete, logical, rational, lucid sentence. But she can round up some illegals, put them in a truck.
Well, you know she didn't come up with this. Somebody else came up with it, and they told her about it, and she went, oh, yes, that sounds great.
Yeah. Pretty much, and then popped a few more pills. ABC News reports at least 24 House Democrats plan to bring illegals, the so-called dreamers, to watch the Tuesday night speech from the House gallery. Now, I wonder if these dreamers are paying attention to the news. If they are, they're better than rank-and-file Democrats I run into. They're actually, if they're paying attention. But Trump is talking 800,000, not good enough. 1.8 million. Yes, we'll keep 1.8 million. Mm-hmm. My gosh, come on, Pete. The illegal aliens will be sitting in seats that in previous years were meant for brave military heroes, law-abiding taxpayers, and America's best and brightest. No.
Well, what would be really great is if he just laid into the Democrats and said, hey, I'm trying to help you people out. All you people sitting up there in the gallery, they're the ones that are using you as a shield. Because they don't really want to help you. They're just using you. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't do that. And that gets me, I'm going to say something in a minute, but the military, the law-abiding taxpayers, America's best and brightest, everybody that's in that group of people, remember that the Democrats shoved you aside to put illegal aliens in your place. Mm-hmm. Not only they don't care about the illegals, they just use them for their own benefit and want them to vote for them, but they just shoved you aside. Don't forget that. The sad truth is that Democrats would rather align themselves with foreign invaders who violated our national sovereignty, thumbed their noses at the rule of law, and pillaged and plundered taxpayer-funded sources. Harumph, harumph.
Trump. He should definitely mention, hey, what about when Obama was in office and he had, both the House and the Senate, and they did nothing for you people?
Not a thing.
You should definitely bring that up.
Now, In response, President Trump should fill the remainder of the House gallery with immigration and customs enforcement agents with plenty of zip-tie handcuffs.
That'd be awesome. Or just, you know what? He should get the families of Border Patrol people that have been killed, get their families in there and sit them down.
For whose benefit? Because you think the Democrats care?
No, just so the people can see.
The people, yeah, the TV viewers.
Yeah, screw the Democrats. Who cares what they think?
They have no soul, so they don't care. Now, as far as the illegals, what do you think they would care?
Well, they wouldn't, and not to jump in on your thunder here, but there was just a gubernatorial, what's the word for it? Debate set up by Univision, and that a-hole Jorge Ramos was the moderator. And, one of the guys running is a senator from Huntington Beach. And he knew what he was getting into, but he said, okay, I'll come. And the whole gallery was Dreamers. And they did nothing but scream at him the entire time he was trying to, and he kept asking, would you deport all these people? And he was trying to give an answer. Oh, no, I just want a yes or no answer. And he's like, I'm trying to give you an answer. And they were screaming and saying, kick him out and all this stuff. So maybe they'll do that with Trump, too.
Well, they said the illegals said to kick him out?
Yeah, because he's a Republican.
It's a little bit bass-backwards, I think.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Which is kind of funny you say that, because just last week, an angry horde of illegals stormed the office of Senator Tom Tillis, Republican of North Carolina. F this conservative. F this conservative. No, F doesn't stand for fillet. Fornicate.
They really should change their name from Dreamers to Puppets.
Yeah. One so-called dreamer said, this office is supposed to protect me. No, it is not supposed to protect you. It's supposed to... Nah.
Speaking of which, I saw an article today, and I just read the headline, and it says, Dreamers reject Trump's plan. And I'm like, they don't have a choice in the matter. They don't get to reject anything.
Oh, boy. They are so used to Democrats, aren't they? But he said, this office is supposed to protect me. This office is supposed to make me feel like home. Really? So Senator Tom Tillis's job is to make an illegal feel like home. Does he want to feel like a brick home or a stick home? Just a question about his grammatics there. Other dreamers staged a mock funeral in the Senate and hurled racial insults at Senator Marco Rubio.
Big surprise there.
Okay, this is getting kind of out of hand. It's one thing to if you're here illegally and you want to stay here, you want to jump in line. I mean, really, this is an insult to all those people who have been doing it the right way. But you feel that because you're here, if you're a dreamer, it's because it was. My whole opinion's changed, by the way.
Well, good. I'm glad you finally came to the dark side.
I don't have much sympathy for them now.
Well, no. I mean, if they were grateful, maybe a little bit, but they're ingrates. I mean, they're constantly screaming more, more, more.
Yeah, they're going to try to turn, and that's what they're doing, is they want to turn, and the Democrats as well, want to turn this country into an S-hole.
Very true.
So, this right here, this piece written by Todd Starnes is great, I thought. And I just wanted to read that to everybody, in case you don't read Fox News. This is insane. First, it's insane. They're bringing illegals into the House, into Congress. They're bringing them. They're going to sit them in seats that is supposed to be for F this conservative. Really? And they're telling us what our senators are supposed to do for them.
I really hope they start yelling during the State of the Union and they get dragged out of there. That would be great. The American people, they need to see that.
By the ICE agents that Trump should bring.
Yes. Just
that'd be great.
Have vans parked out front. It says ICE across the side really big.
Oh, that's just disgusting. The whole thing's just irritating to me. But anyway, let's move on to some more irritation. Would you like to move on to more irritation?
Well, I'm guessing it has to do with liberals.
Yeah, well, I did mention irritation, didn't I?
You did.
Did you hear about some professor in Elon University?
I did.
This is from shtfplan.com, and they're taking this from Wired magazine. Have you heard of Wired magazine?
I have.
Okay. Well, shock. An Elon University professor is using software to provide private details on American patriots to the domestic terror group AntiFa.
Now, why exactly would they need information on other Americans?
Well, so they could rate, murder, pillage, burn. They're going to rate, murder, pillage, burn. Huh. I don't know. But to shut us down.
What they're doing is they're probably going through and finding out who owns guns, and they're like, we won't go to that guy's house.
Oh, dang. I never thought that. Well, that just took a little fun out of my future, but okay.
Because Antifa is a bunch of pussies. There, I said it.
You did, and you'll have to edit that out. In an absolutely shocking revelation, a report from Wired magazine has revealed that a professor at Elon University has devised a so-called secret weapon in support of Antifa that allows her to keep tabs on at least 400,000 Americans who she believes are members of the alt-right. I'm not really sure what the alt-right is. Can you give me a definition of the alt-right?
You want the liberal definition of it?
It's just a definition.
That's the Ku Klux Klan and the Nazis.
Okay. Well, here's my definition of the alt-right. Everybody who's not extremely screaming, screeching left.
Yeah.
The data,
much.
Yeah, makes sense, huh? I'm a white nationalist, according to them. I'm white, and I believe in American nationalism. I'm a white nationalist, see? Anybody can play stupid. The data is then provided to not only the Hard Left Southern Poverty Law Center, but also directly to radical members of the domestic terror group Antifa, who in turn presumably use the doxed information to target said Americans. Now, what this woman is doing, this woman's name is Megan Squire. She's a 45-year-old, ugly, as usual, liberal, freaked up professor of computer science in Elon. And she claims that she is not Antifa. But what she wants to do is get these right-wingers, these white nationalists, fired from their jobs by exposing them. Also, she wants to get their information to Antifa for whatever reasons. That she's not Antifa, but she will get the information to Antifa so they can do whatever it is they'll do to silence these people.
Yeah, I'm curious what information she's giving.
Well, you get doxed, you get your phone numbers, your address, that kind of stuff. People can track you down. They get that kind of information. They can find out who you work for and pass on ugly information to your boss who may not like for you to be a conservative or Republican, and maybe get you fired.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's just like the no-fly list. If you have the name that somebody else has that's on that list and you go to the airport, you're not getting on a plane. And from what I hear, it's almost impossible to get your name off of that. So, these Antifa guys show up and beat up some guy named John Smith, and he's like, "What are you doing? I don't know anything about."
I'm a Democrat. I'm a liberal.
Yeah, I don't know anything about alt-right or anything. I don't know. It's just silly.
Well, these people don't think that far. You're logical.
Well,
you can think
that's my
long
downfall.
term. You can do long division. These are things that they can't do.
Well, that's my downfall, is being logical.
Yeah, it's going to cause you to have an aneurysm one day, but what can you do? Anyway, once she had a long list of people to investigate, Squire opened a database of her own named Whack-A-Mole, which contains, as far as anyone can tell, the most robust trove of information on far-right extremists. When she cross-checked the names, she found that many match, strengthening her belief in the authenticity of some leak that she's talking about. By mid-afternoon, Squire was exchanging messages via Slack. Have you heard of Slack? I don't know what that is.
No.
Well, that's some kind of program. She is exchanging messages with an analyst at the Southern Poverty Law Center. Don't even ask me what my opinion is of them, because we'll go way beyond the 50 minutes. A 46-year-old organization that monitors hate groups. Bull crap. Anybody who disagrees with your left-wing crap, you just target them as a hate group. Squires often there you go. I just said what I would. I nutshelled what I think. That was great. Squires often feeds data to the SPLC, whose analysts might use it to provide information to police or to reveal white supremacists to their employers, seeking to get them fired. There you go. You're a bunch of idiots. Take a bunch of white supremacists, get them fired. Now they don't even have the responsibility to show up for work.
So now they can go terrorize.
Yeah, they're stupid.
But
she also what?
I'm just thinking, can you imagine the whining and complaining if there was somebody doing this, say for Black Lives Matter, like taking information about them and sending it to, I don't know, the alt-right, or, they would be flipping out.
Well, you couldn't get them fired. I mean, it's impossible to get them fired because
they don't have jobs.
They're protected.
They don't have jobs.
Well, that too. Okay. She also sent several high-profile names of left-wing activists who she knew might take more radical action, like posting their identities and photos online for the public to do with what it would. In other words, she's going to hand it over to AntiFa, who will out everybody, names and pictures. That way other Antifa in the area can come and visit you in the middle of the night.
Well, I mean, it's almost, with that wording, it's almost like, hey, you want to kill him? Whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you the names.
Yeah, I mean, she's not fired, by the way. If Elon University was a reputable organization, why is she still working there?
That's a good question. I think maybe somebody needs to hand out all her information. See how she likes it.
Yeah.
School
so she can get phone calls all night long.
Yeah, just post to the school where her kids go to, and all her phone numbers, her addresses, all that good stuff.
She insists she is scrupulous not to break the law or violate Facebook's terms of service, nor does she conceal her identity in person or online. We shouldn't have to mask up to say Nazis are bad. And I want them to see I don't fit their stereotypes. I'm not a millennial or a snowflake. Well, you kind of are a snowflake, yes. You're an old snowflake. You should have melted away by now, but you are still a snowflake.
I was thinking just the other day while I was walking down the street, boy, all these Nazis sure are bad. They're just everywhere.
It's horrible. Just there's blacks and Jews just laying all over in the streets of my town.
You can just barely walk the streets. There's so many Nazis out there.
I'm high-stepping all the time, going over the dead bodies. And she goes on to say, I'm a peaceful white mom who definitely doesn't like what they are saying. She's a peaceful white mom. Who gives a Stuttgart what color she is? That she's a mother.
She's a chicken. I can't do anything. I won't do anything, but I'll give the names to people who will.
Yeah. She's a little snowflake. She's a little wussy snowflake, but she knows people who may mask up and try to hit somebody with a bike lock. Well, let's compare bike locks to 45s, okay? Come on. Anyhow, though Squire may be peaceful herself, liar, this is kind of like Muslims. I never missed an opportunity to throw something at the Muslim, Islam. You have the ones who are the jihadis, the ones that blow themselves up to kill other people or blow people up or stab or rape, murder, pillage, burn. They're going to rape, murder, pillage, burn, whatever. Okay, and then you have the peaceful ones. Okay, but they do pay their what is it called, zakah? They pay the zakah. They support and fund the ones who do all the crap, but they're peaceful. Well, she's supporting and feeding information to the ones who are not peaceful, who want to hurt people.
It sounds to me like the mafia, like, the Don of the mafia is like, okay, I want you to go, I'm putting a hit out on this guy, and then they go kill him. It's like the Don, I didn't do it. I didn't pull the trigger. Well, yeah. So you're still guilty.
I'm peaceful. I'm over here eating spaghetti. What do you want from me, eh? So, on a recently published post on Squire's blog, the professor classifies what constitutes a far-right extremist. Hey, look at this. She's going to define it for me.
Let's see. White, male, and you don't agree with her.
Very close. 12 different ideologues. She used a variety of keywords to identify so-called extremists, including popular terms like anti-social justice warrior. Okay, check. That's me. Anti-Obama. Check. That's me. No Sharia law. Definitely a check for me. Rebel. Alabama. Check. Patriot. Hell yeah. And even Keck. I don't know what Keck is.
I don't know, but she should have thrown deplorable in there too.
That would have been, I could have understood that. As Far Left Watch notes, the vague keywords offer no guarantee that most of the 4,000 $400,000. I guess I need money. The 400,000 individuals on her list are far-right extremists. Furthermore, even if they were, vigilante action taken by AntiFa supporters against any of these people could result in harm to both innocent people marked as targets or their assailants. Yeah, definitely against their assailants. A lot of us, these same people that they are targeting as the bad people, we're also NRA members, and not because we like knives or bike locks. I don't even like gun locks. I think they're ridiculous. I don't want to be slowed down when I need my 45. But the point of the matter is, yes, she's got this database thingy. She goes to the internet and she's gathering 400,000. Think about 400. Do you really believe there's over 400,000 white nationalists in this country?
No. Is she doing this on work time?
Would it matter?
Well, I mean, if she is,
she would call it research.
If she is, she definitely needs to be fired.
If she was working at University of Berkeley, would she be fired or promoted?
They'd probably bring her lunch every day.
We don't want to slow you down. Keep on doing your work. We'll bring food to you.
Yeah.
Here's a porta potty right next to your desk. Don't go far. But yeah, this is what we're having to deal with nowadays. We have this crazy, insane woman who is a professor of computer science crap, who develops a program where she can use to find people who uses these little words, and she targets them as far-right extremists, white nationalists, whatever, and feeds them to the SPLC, which are a bunch of crazy liberal idiots, and to Antifa. But never mind the fact that she's doing this. Her hands are clean. She is a very peaceful white mom. In my world, never mind. I mean, don't want to get us banned from Potomac and everything else. Anyway, I'll just say, when I'm tyrant of this country, this is going to be a beautiful place. Yeah, it won't have any more people like her. Anything else you want to add on this?
No, not really. I don't know. I'm almost numb to it now because it's just the stupidity is just too much.
You live in California, man.
No,
I don't think there's anything I could say from my perspective that you would say, holy crap, I didn't see that coming.
Probably not, because that's how bad it is. I see it every day here, so it's just like I've become numb to it.
How do they... I know this is kind of a straying away from the conversation, but I have to know, because you have a lot more conversation with liberals than I do. Mm-hmm. How do they try to connect the dots to make their insanity sound logical? Or do they even try?
No, they don't even try. No, there's no trying. It's just Trump bad. They're like cavemen. They can't even get the sentence out. Trump bad. Trump evil. Must stop Trump. And then if you ask them, well, why? Why? Trump bad. Trump evil. Must stop Trump.
Sasquatch meets caveman.
Hey, I'm one step above the caveman.
Definitely. Okay, well, look here. There's only one way that we can make this even more... I just slapped the crap out of my microphone. Sorry, folks. There's only one way we can make this even more ignorant. Do you have any climate change news by chance?
Well, speaking of liberals, actually I do. According to a new study published in the journal Global Environmental Change, did you even know there was a journal of global environmental change?
I did not know this.
Well,
I bet it's chock full of smart stuff.
Yeah, apparently so. They say there are Americans out there so worked up over climate change that it's giving them depression and anxiety.
Good.
The study found the hardest hit are women and low-income people. All right, put the brakes on right there.
I'm glad you did that, because I was about to.
Low-income people do not care about climate change. They don't even know about it. They care about where their next meal is coming from, or where their next hit of, I don't even know, some kind of drug, opioids or something. I don't know.
Well, no, yeah. Yeah.
They don't care. I mean, that's bad, because there are low-income people that are nice people, but they don't care. They have other things to worry about, like how to put clothes on their back, or how to get out of being low income. And
I can see women being concerned about it, because women don't think, we're going to get some emails on this one. Women don't think rationally. They don't think logically. They think emotionally, and their main concern is the protection of their children.
Well, all right, let's clarify this. Most women think that way, not all women.
Okay. Well, let's see. We're going to get in trouble for that. How about if I just say women are genetically predisposed to that way of thinking, not that they can't rise above it, but they are genetically predisposed, just like we're genetically predisposed to drink and break things, go to war, and eat hamburgers and shove our hands down our pants.
Denton and Sasquatch@gmail.com.
All right, moving on. Symptoms include feeling restless at night, lethargy. Did I say that
Lethargy.
right? Lethargy, there we go. I was going to say lethargic, but that's not what the word says. And feeling lonely. Okay, so you're telling me lonely people are worried about climate change?
One is the loneliest. Yeah, but they're lonely because there's nobody wants to be around them because they're idiots because they're sitting around worried about climate change.
Well, I agree, but I just can't imagine somebody sitting alone in their little apartment going, oh, I really wish I had somebody to be with while the world ends because of climate change. It's just ludicrous. Sabrina Helm, professor of family and consumer sciences at the University of Arizona and lead author of the study, told Reuters, climate change is a persistent global stressor. What the hell does that even mean? A persistent global stressor.
She said climate change or the concerns about a mythological climate change?
Well, her quote is climate change is a persistent global stressor.
Hey, are you stressed over it?
No, I got other things to worry about.
Lady Sass, is she worried about it?
Not in the least.
My wife's not worried. I'm not worried about it. I don't know anybody who's worried about it. We hang out with some unstressed people. How about that?
I guess
that's
so.
great.
Yeah, the research says that depression doesn't show up in people worried about climate change risks to humanity. Wait, let me read that again. The research says the depression doesn't show up in people worried about climate change's risk to humanity, but it does appear in people worried about climate change's impact on other species, plants, and nature overall. Are you effing kidding me?
So the people who aren't worried about people aren't stressed, but the people who are worried about plants and critters.
I guess so. I don't see how this is even possible.
Well, I can help you on that. Have you ever seen that video that came out a while back? Those people who were out in the woods, they're out in the forest, and they were sobbing, and they were crying, and they're screaming, forgive us. They're screaming to the forest, forgive us, we're sorry. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Did they seem, I don't know, unhinged to you?
Well, they did, but I mean that they are just whack jobs.
Exactly. So that's my point.
I know, but
they're not worried about people. They're worried about trees. They're hugging trees and talking to trees. They're insane. Well, and then if you're insane, it's got to be stressful.
This story should have said, according to a new study published in the Journal of Global Environmental Change, whack jobs are so worked up over climate change. That's what it should have said.
Yeah, well, that would be truthful information.
Well, the researchers got their information from 342 online surveys. Oh, well, that makes it everybody.
342?
Respondents whose views broadly...
They couldn't even round it up to 350?
Nope. Okay, well, okay, here you go. Look, okay, 342 online surveys of respondents whose views broadly reflect the U.S. population. No, it doesn't. You're wrong, because if I got something in an email or on a website that said, hey, do you want to take a survey about climate change? I would say no. So they're pandering to the people that are going to complain about this.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, this is null and void.
Did you just end your own piece there?
I did. This is just ridiculous. It's gotten so ridiculous. Oh my God!
Sasquatch got so disgusted by his piece that he just said, "Screw it."
What is next? Are cats and dogs going to start having sex together? It's just ridiculous. Come on, people. Where is that big meteor when you need it? Just
it keeps on missing us.
Come on down and just take this planet out. We don't deserve to live with idiots like this running around.
At least everybody take your warning tags off and give them to an idiot. Not the tags, but the item that had the tags on it. Hey, just real quick, you did say there's going to be some weird news later, right?
Yeah. I do have weird news.
Good, because we need something fun. Do you want me to move on now?
Yes, I do. I'm done with that stupid survey.
Well, you might be very appreciative of this piece.
All right.
185 studies reveal men's sperm count has plunged worldwide over the last 40 years, which means there'll be less people, which percentage-wise means be less stupid people.
So no one's signing up for the Navy?
Nobody wants to be a seaman.
I guess not.
Oh.
But All right, moving on. Go ahead.
Yeah, terrible. The swimmers, this is from Business Insider, by the way, and I want to give them credit for this. This is written by Chris Weller, Weller. The first sentence of his piece here just cracked me up. The swimmers are going missing, and no one knows why.
I could say something very crude right now, but I'm just going to keep it to myself.
All right, then. According to analysis of 185 academic studies, sperm counts around the world have been declining steadily over the last 4 decades, such that today's counts are roughly half of what they were 40 years ago, the BBC reports.
Well, thank God after the story I just read. We don't need more people on this planet.
Well, hold on.
All right.
Really, it's not good.
Okay.
Well, maybe it is, because all the people we're talking about there in your last piece are here in America. And they're probably white and college educated. But anyway, let me continue this right here.
Doesn't really
Between
mean
1970, go ahead.
No, college educated really doesn't mean much these days.
No, it just means idiots who went to college.
Indoctrinated idiots, yes.
Yeah. Between 1973 and 2011, sperm counts declined 59.3% with no evidence of leveling off, which, for those in Rio Linda, as Rush Limbaugh used to like to say, I've never been there. So people, again, if you don't like what I just said, email us at Denton and Sasquatch
show at gmail.com.
And Sass gets to read it, not me. Investigators from multiple international universities wrote in the report, it's not leveling off, which means we're declining worse than 59.3. Who knows where it'll stop? Maybe pretty soon everything's going to be safe sex, except for the disease. And then Planned Parenthood will go out of business. That'll be great. These declines imply that a growing proportion of men have sperm counts below the thresholds for reduced fertility or full-fledged infertility, the researchers noted. This could mean a few things in a broader sense. Okay, and then they go to talking about things that have nothing to do with sperm count. They're talking about women in the workforce and that the corporations don't give them opportunity to have kids. You know, they don't accommodate that very much. Well, you have FMLA, but they don't really give a lot of accommodation. And so women are choosing to pursue careers rather than snot noses. But that has nothing to do with sperm count. While that may be the case, he just made 2 arguments once. I don't like that. Anyway, the latest findings add to the story of a falling fertility by including biological reasons that couples aren't having nearly as many children as they used to. Well, a lot is economic. Again, people are wanting to make money. Women are out there in the workforce. And if you don't need kids, you know, it's not a biological imperative if you live in a service industry type society like we are now, and you have a socialistic government, which we do now. You don't need to have 15 kids who are going to be out there working the fields, and then when you get old, they'll support you. You know, so you've got the government to support you. Why do you need kids, right?
Exactly.
Still, we are having an issue here with lowering the sperm count in the Western society. Dr. Hagee Levin, the lead researcher, and if I slaughtered his name, sorry.
Hedy Lamarr.
Hedley Lamar. Dr. Hedley Lamar, the lead researcher on the study, said the findings left him feeling very worried. Wow. I would have expected more from a doctor. It left him feeling very worried. Can he expound upon that, please?
Yes.
He pointed to environmental factors such as exposures to pesticides and chemicals. Yeah, we know, Dr. Lamar, that's in our food. I think they call it Monsanto, possibly. Lifestyle habits such as smoking and poor diet. Yeah, well, yeah, because all we eat is processed food nowadays. That's all you can afford to eat. Look, my wife and I, we eat a lot of fresh vegetables and organic stuff. I do that now as if I'm going to be able to afford to retire because we're eating this. I will never be able to afford to retire because we're eating as if we want to live forever. My advice to everybody, eat processed foods and die early. It's a lot easier. Anyway, and psychological factors like stress as potential causes for the steep decline in sperm count. And that's stress. That should make you feel better. Those people who are so stressed out about climate change killing plants and little critters
aren't
fuzzy
reproducing.
Little puppies.
Exactly. That's great. All right, sweet.
Awesome.
All right, at least there's some good news out of this.
Thank you. I like to make you happy. It's just make everybody. This is Denton brightening up the world time. Eventually, we may have a problem.
You think?
Again, this is from a doctor. And with reproduction in general. Yeah, well, see, sperm's kind of important to reproduction. Yes, you're absolutely right, Ed Lamar there. He told BBC. And it may be the extinction of human species. Yeah, we may have a problem. It may involve the extinction of human species, but yeah. Population forecasts for at least the next century haven't been made such dire predictions. The United Nations, for example, still projects the population will grow to more than 9 billion. 9 billion people. That's incredible.
We're on the verge of extinction.
Yeah. Over the next several decades, due to high fertility rates found in other countries, such as those in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay. Now,
So there's something good about being in an S-hole country is what you're saying.
Yeah. On one hand, it would you could argue that, well, this is not good for the intelligence level of the human species, because sub-Saharan Africa has built how many more than one-story high-rises? Yeah. Okay. What have they done? How have they made their mark in in history? I can't think of anything. But the West is the best. Get here, we'll do the rest. The Doors, never mind.
I got
the
it.
West.
They run really fast in the Olympics.
There you go. All right, they can outrun cheetahs if need be. But we're the ones that created an incredible society, an incredible way of a form of government. Civilization to which nobody's ever seen before. Yes, but we can't even make sperms anymore. But they can. So that's not good. But on the other hand, has idiocracy hit us so hard now that people are worried, sick about what's going to happen to fuzzy little critters and plants because of climate change? So, yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm not really sure how to feel about this. Humans may go extinct. Okay, give me a beer. Without a clear without a clear set of risk factors for declining sperm count, Levin advised men to maintain a healthy lifestyle devoid of smoking, junk food, and sedentary behavior. Hold on. Let me
stop wearing tidy whities.
My computer almost restarted right now, so I had a little emergency. He also called on government agencies, because they always know best, to better regulate the manufacture of man-made chemicals. Let's say this again. He also called on government agencies to better regulate the manufacture of man-made chemicals.
Yes.
The government. Just think about how smart the government is. Well, they're going to regulate man-made chemicals?
That's their answer to everything. Oh, we've got a problem. Let's have the government handle it. Because they've done so well so far.
Meanwhile, don't even get me started on Monsanto. What is the government? The government is bought by these corporations, and this idiot with a doctorate's degree says the government should be better regulating the manufacture of man-made chemicals. We are eating chemicals in food that's supposed to be nutritious. You watch the commercials, you would think that when you eat these foods, these cereals, all this crap, you're going to live forever. You're going to be so healthy. No, you're not. You're eating poison. Go to your local markets. Support your local farmers. Now, hey, are you using, how do you keep the bugs off? He says, Monsanto, pull chocks. Don't eat Roundup, or eat organic food. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, you'll never be able to stop working because you'll never save for retirement for eating that kind of food, but at least you'll get to continue to work and have a good time. So, yeah, sperm count's down. We're all going to die.
Stupidity's up. All right.
And so we don't mind dying.
Hey, speaking of stupidity.
It's time for Weird News.
With Denton and Sasquatch.
Weird news.
All right, first up in weird news, a Tampa man, speaking of stupidity here, a Tampa man was charged with driving under the influence after attempting to order a burrito at a drive-through window of a Bank of America. According to ABC Action News, a manager from the bank found Douglas Francisco passed out in his car and knocked on the window until he woke up. When Francisco woke up, he asked for a burrito. The manager explained he was at a bank and not a Taco Bell, causing Francisco to drive away. Francisco did not go far. When police arrived, they found him in a parking lot sitting in his blue sedan. Police say he was speaking erratically and was arrested after he failed field sobriety tests.
He failed the first field sobriety test back at the bank teller window.
That's very true. Moving on to India.
Who hasn't done that?
I was going to say, we've all been there. I mean, it doesn't say how old this guy is, but I can tell you in my early 20s, I probably pulled up to a couple bank windows and ordered a Big Mac or two.
They used to give things. When you open up a checking account at the bank, they give you a
Toaster
whatever, I don't know, coffee cup or whatever. He was just wanting his burrito.
That'd be a good promotion, I think people would go to a bank just to get a free burrito.
Yeah, they ought to at least do that at gas stations. You get a gas card, and you also get gas through a burrito. But never mind.
And a free roll of toilet paper.
Definitely.
Some Indian villagers were so excited after a frozen meteor landed in a farmer's field over the weekend that some of them took chunks of it and put it in their refrigerators. Meteorites can be worth big money, potentially thousands of dollars, but it turns out that this meteor wasn't a meteor after all. It was just poop that fell from an airplane. Scientists...
I was wondering when you said that, wait a minute, how could a meteor be cold?
Scientists from the
It was blue.
India Meteorological Department came out to the farm and took samples from the site. They concluded that the rock was indeed frozen feces. The people who put the poop in their refrigerators were understandably upset and had to clean their appliances and anything that the frozen mass came into contact with. According to the Indian Express, airplanes dropping waste from the sky is a problem in India. Just 10 days ago, the government had to state again a 2016 order prohibiting airlines from relieving themselves midair.
These people crap in the street, and they're worried about blue chunks coming from... Never mind. I'm sorry.
More stupidity as brawls broke out at a supermarket in France over discounted Nutella. That...
Oh, I love Nutella.
Chocolatey spread stuff.
Yeah, hazelnut.
Yeah, it was selling for $1.41 instead of the normal $5.85 as part of a promotion. The chaos was caught on video by shoppers showing people shoving and shouting to hoard as many of the jars as possible. According to La Parisienne newspaper, police had to step in and handle an unruly situation at a store north of Ostrakort. Don't know.
I'd kick some Parisian ass over some discounted Nutella, too.
Well, I don't even know how much does it cost here?
I don't know. I got a credit card. I don't know what anything costs. I just put in a buggy and I pay.
I don't know. It just seems dumb.
Do you call it buggies or carts, by the way?
Shopping carts.
Okay, we call them buggies here.
Yeah, I know. You people are weird.
Well, thanks.
Hey, moving on to Alabama.
All right.
An Alabama man has been accused of repeatedly sexually molesting a horse after its owner believes she found evidence of his crimes left behind in a barn stall. The owner of the 20-year-old steed found the man in the barn Thursday night after her dogs barking led her to the scene. Owner Francine Janes and her husband, who was armed with a gun, reportedly found the man hiding in a barn stall. Upon being found, Janes said he told her that he liked horses. He just wanted to pet the horse. The horse pervert was reportedly held at gunpoint by Janes's husband until police arrived. Police reportedly discovered the accused had a trench coat with a burglar's toolkit in it. Janes doesn't believe this is the first time the man has inappropriately interacted with her horse. She told investigators she found what she believes to be evidence in Polly's stall multiple times throughout the month of December. While police aren't releasing the man's full name, they did go on to say he is known to friends as Denton.
Well, I didn't know it was a steed, because that's just wrong.
Oh man, that makes you a I don't know what,
Horsophile.
a gay bestiality connoisseur.
Hey, look, if I didn't know it was a male horse, I ain't a homo. Okay? First off. Second off, they wanted me to do that. That's why the lock was so easy to pick. Third off, it was consensual because the horse didn't kick the crap out of me.
Are you saying that the horse came onto you?
I'm saying the horse came onto me, which leads me to another question. What was the evidence, I suppose? And why did you drag me into this? Yeah, I just roll with the flow. If you've noticed this, I can go with anything for the most part.
Because I thought it was funny. No, the evidence.
What evidence do you leave behind is what I want to know.
She seems to think that he's been there 7 to 10 times. Toilet paper had been left. The haystacks had been removed. Items had been turned over, and that's as far as she wanted to go. So there's your evidence. He was stacking up the hay bales so he could get up to the area.
Well, see,
and then,
I'm glad you explained that because I'm thinking to myself, how tall is this cat?
And then the toilet paper, I suppose, was for him to clean up when done. I don't know.
This is disgusting. This wasn't weird news. That was disgusting news.
But it was funny because I said it was you.
Well, I got that. Ha ha. And I rolled with the flow, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You're a good sport.
Well, thank you very much. And why did the son of an individual have to be from Alabama?
That's what caught my eye when I first started reading the story. I'm like, yep, I'm reading that one.
Well, I'm sorry. I apologize. This man is not, he doesn't reflect properly for the rest of us in Alabama. He is not one of us. He's probably from Mississippi. He's just a replant. And he probably is very deeply distressed over the condition of the horse when climate change kills it.
Probably so. Hopefully.
Then again, when the horse falls dead, make it easy to access, better for the man. I don't know.
Hopefully the sperm count's down.
Oh, my. Well, was that it?
That was it.
My gosh. You know, this has been one of those this has been one of those shows that you wonder why'd you show up for. I mean, nothing was good of it. This has been disgusting. It's been disgusting, depressing.
Well, you know my motto, they can't all be winners.
Well, I'm sure people are going to enjoy listening to it. Well, I think some people enjoy listening to us squirm anyway.
That's possible.
I'm shutting my little laptop down.
Hey, if you enjoyed listening to this, you can always reach us at dentonandsasshow@gmail.com.
Hey, look here. If you think this is the indication that the world's coming to an end, but you're still going to try in futility to live through it, go to prepperforums.net. That's where we all talk about things prepper related, as well as politics. We talk about politics and we talk about growing beans and, you know, everything else. Even how to, I don't know, what is, after that last one, animal husbandry. I knew you'd like that. But hey, we also have a new website.
We do?
Yes, we do. It's not all that great yet, but it's getting there. It's dentonandsasquatch.com. Again, dentonandsasquatch.com. I even have an article or two written already. And as soon as I can figure out how to make an account there for Sasquatch, we will be reading the writings of Sasquatch.
Yes.
It's going to be great. And we probably write better than we talk. But we definitely talk better than we do TV. So, hey, suck it up, Buttercup. But anyway, we, in fact, are doomed if you haven't figured that out. So, Sasquatch, what do we need to do because we're doomed?
Drink up!
Yeah, I need one.
It's easy to see, but it's not that I don't care, so. Cause I hear it all the time, but they never let you know on the TV and the radio. She was young, no problem.